This is probably the number one reason why women stay stuck. So I've been doing this for almost a decade at this point, and we've had over 3,000 women come through our coaching program and run one of the most successful online female fitness coaching programs within the entire industry. And we've worked with, at this point, 3,200 individual women. But also at the same time, I've probably spoken to thousands upon thousands upon thousands of women within, my DMs and Messenger and on phone calls and such. And one of the big false stories that women tell themselves is that they'll make their health and fitness a priority once life slows down a bit and isn't so crazy. You can call it procrastination, you can call it, making excuses, but it's just this story over and over and over and over again, where I'm sure you tell yourself this. Does this sound familiar, where you're like, I've already ate like crap this week. I'm going to start Mondays. Monday, I'm going to get, serious. Or like, this month, like I just have a lot going on this month. Next month, I'm really going to lose the weight, and I'm really going to cut out carbs, or, sign up for this boot camp or whatever. And then like a month or two goes by, nothing happens. And you're like, it's already October. Like we got, Thanksgiving, Halloween, you got Christmas, New Year's, January 1, this is going to be my year. And that's why, 95% of New Year's resolutions fail. And this is why 95% plus women who try to lose weight on their own end up failing and gaining the weight back. And it's just not true. The thing is, women who are successful and the clients that we work with, they find a way to be as consistent as possible, even when life isn't the most convenient. People that struggle and have been overweight for years upon years upon years are only consistent when life is convenient, which you and I both know life rarely is. And the thing is, when you look at like human psychology and behavior, when you continue to tell yourself this story over and over and over and over again, it might not actually even be reality. I have this tattoo on my inner bicep that says we suffer more often in imagination than we ever do in reality. We as humans are very good about telling ourselves these stories that aren't based on truths within reality. But we're very good at telling ourselves these stories. And what happens is you condition yourself to tell that story for months upon years and even sometimes decades, where you're like, I'll start after the holidays. I'll start when work slows down. I'll start when I'm not traveling as much. I'll wait until this divorce is finalized. I'll wait until my kids don't have so many activities. I'll wait until I'm not dealing with so many personal issues. I'll wait until my house reservations are done. And like, how long are you going to stay stuck? And how long are you going to tell yourselves that story? Because a lot of women that come into our program that actually take action, they have told themselves that story in the past. But what happens is they had some type of wake up call or come to Jesus moment where they realize like, okay, I've been telling myself this story for a decade. I've tried a few like quick fixes and cookie cutter things, but I've never really made a serious change and really like invested in my health and fitness. And they just got to a place where they drew the line in the sand. They either just had this realization that they've been telling this story for years upon years upon years, or it was an unfortunate event. Like the doctor said they were pre-diabetic, or they saw a picture of themselves on vacation and like almost had a heart attack based on how they looked in a swimsuit, or, their kid grabbed their belly, or they just, they've been avoiding mirrors and they finally like looked at a mirror in themselves, or looked in the mirror at themselves, and were just disgusted and so unhappy with how they look. It's something that happens that triggers this change. But even the clients that come in with us have had periods where they told themselves that story, that they'll make their health and fitness a priority once life slows down. And people who are in shape and are successful and stay in shape and don't gain weight and they're active and they look good and they feel good and they're very, very healthy, they don't look at health and fitness through the same lens that people that struggle with their weight and being really, really out of shape do. It's just a different way of thinking. They don't look at it as on and off seasons. Oh, when I get busy, I'm going to quit. And then when things aren't busy, I'm going to make it a priority. Like that's the exact reason you're stuck, is because you look at health and fitness like that. People that are fit and stay fit, are just as busy as you. They have just as much chaotic lives as you. It's just It's not a rule that people that are really good shape have nothing else in their life going on, so they have all this time to eat right and work out. Like, that's such BS, and that's such a cop out. If you truly think that, you're off the reservation in your thinking, because being consistent is what it's all about. And people that are in really good shape, they have this identity almost at their core that regardless of what's happened on externally in their life, how busy work is, their kids, relationship issues, going through whatever, they still remain as consistent as they possibly can. Progress over perfection. Maybe you're going to have weeks, and we work with our clients like this. You're going to have weeks where you're able to get, 4 or 5 workouts in. And then you're going to have weeks where, crap hits the fan. You have so much going on. But what our clients understand and they're successful is because, again, progress over perfection, and not every week is going to look the exact same, but it's this all or nothing mentality that so many women struggle with. Like, well, if I can't go 100%, I'm just going to do 0. It's like, just because you can't do everything doesn't mean you default to nothing. You can still do something. That's why you stay stuck. Like, we have clients that some weeks they get 5 workouts. Some weeks it's 2. Some weeks they work out for an hour. Some weeks they only have 15 or 20 minutes. Some weeks we have clients who are super, super busy, work 70, 80 hours a week. We have a couple CPAs in our program right now who are like scrambling at tax time here. And maybe all they're getting in is like 2, 3, 30-minute walks each week right now for the next couple of weeks until tax time is over. So it just depends on what's going on in their lifestyle, and why it's so important to have a coach to come in and say, like, hey, I understand you're busy. I understand you have a lot of crap going on. I understand you're very limited on time, but we can still do something. Here's the game plan, and here's what we're going to do this week. Sound fair? Can we do that? Can we make time for 2 15-minute walks this week, or whatever the case may be, or 12 15-minute quick workouts that you can do in the comfort of your own home or living room? Those are the types of things that we do, and why our clients are so successful. They begin to understand that just because they can't maybe do everything that we originally planned on doesn't mean we default to nothing. We're huge on this, like progress over perfection. I know I've said that 2 or 3 times, but that's something that we drill in our clients' head, because like so many people struggle is they feel like if they can't do everything, what's the point in doing anything? Which is, again, a false story. And they continue to wait for this perfect time. I'll leave you with this. When you think of, like, let me ask you hypothetically, if it's the right time and it's the perfect time to make your health and fitness a priority, what does that look like? And when I ask women this, sometimes when I speak to them, they're at a loss of words because they can't really paint that picture. I mean, sure, it's like, well, when my kids move out of the house, when it's not during the holidays, when, this divorce is over, when, vacation, I'm not traveling. It's like, okay, what are you going to have, like 2 weeks until it's another holiday? Because what are there, like 6, 7, 8 major holidays per year? And like, your kids have a 2-week break where they don't have activities. Then they're going to come home and they want you to sign up for something else that you're going to have to take them to, 2 nights a week and go to karate class with them or dance classes or whatever. It's always something. And until you accept that it's never going to be the perfect time. But now on the flip side, you ask a woman, be like, okay, cool. Like, you're waiting for the perfect time to make your health and fitness a priority. Got it. That sounds dandy. Why is now not the perfect time? Oh my gosh. They can go on a 5 or 10-minute spiel and start making excuses why now is not the perfect time. Oh, I've been sick the last couple of weeks. I had this going on. I have work. I have to travel here. My kids have had this going on. I'm waiting for the divorce. I'm going back and forth with lawyers. We're moving apartments. I'm moving from here to here. I have to go see my parents. I have this. It's like, we're very good as humans to come up with reasons as to why now is not the perfect time. But it's just smoke and mirrors. It's just talk. It's just talk. It's just talk. It's just talk. At some point, you're going to have to walk the walk. Something to think about. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.